look more like this, yeah.
You good?
This in order?
Yeah.
I just need 2 copies of it.
Okay, so script. Why script? Real simple. It's because it's not what you say, it's how you say it. Okay? When we're trying to make a sale, and different people come up with different 7 steps to sale, 11 steps to sale, 12 steps to sale, whatever number of steps there are, okay? It's to ensure that we don't miss a step. Because a lot of times when you're on the phone, it's not a controlled situation. What we have is we have the destination, we have our destination. So this is our destination. Okay? And then here we have our route, you know, that we're going to get to our destination. And a lot of times as we drive on our route, you know, maybe we have to take a turn off exit 34, but a truck cuts us off on the inside, right? It doesn't mean we change our destination, it just means we need to reroute ourselves, right, to get back on track, okay? So what I'm going to do initially, because I have no idea, well I do, none of you guys have gone through some selling skills courses, which is great, okay? Have any of you ever worked at a call center? No, you haven't? Okay, great.
Self-appointed.
Yeah, yeah. So what I'm going to do is we're going to talk about some basic rules, okay? And for now, what I'd like you to do is take those rules, you know, for what they are, and then we'll kind of, as we get more into it, I'll describe why. Because one of the things that we also want to understand is the psychology behind the script, okay? The good news is a lot of you have been on the phone with a lot of realtors, and so have I. And one of the hardest things is to get realtors to answer the phone, right? And then once they answer the phone, invariably I find they want to get off as quickly as possible, which to me is kind of silly because they have all the power. They're listing the property. When you call, you're giving that guy an opportunity to make $6,000. And yet they have the $6,000 opportunity and they want to get off the phone as quickly as possible. I have no idea why. It's really kind of crazy. Your job, because you did get them on the phone, is to keep them on the phone, okay? Most people are born to be, you know, raised to be polite, right? And so it's not polite to hang up, is it? Right, generally speaking, okay? I always find that when people answer their phone and they say, hello, can you call me back later? I'm really busy.
Yeah.
I'm going, sure, okay, no problem. Or you call the dentist's office. You know, Dr. Chinatown, could you hold, please? Okay, those people need to be trained properly. They can actually still put me on hold, but make me still feel better about the process. And we're going to talk about that too, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through the script, and we're going to talk about the basic elements of the script, okay? One of the things when I got into this business that really surprised me was, you know, you write an offer to the agent, and I think part of it is because of the GLAVR form, because they look so friggin' generic, right? It just says that we're making an offer for this house for so much money, okay? It doesn't show really until the very end the name of the entity that's making it or the company that's making the offer, and all the offers look the same. They're very generic, okay? One of the first things we're gonna work on as a company is we're gonna have a company, does everybody have a company email? They do, right?
Yes, they should.
Okay,
Some don't
right.
use them, but they
Okay,
do.
okay, rule number 1. Company email for company business.
Would it help you,
Okay.
Jack, to have one email to see all of the communications? So all the offers go out one email and then
Well,
you
it
can
could be a
monitor
shared
it?
email box, yeah, we can go into that a little
Okay.
later. But right now, I want you to use your company email. So if your company email is wtc@galindogroup.com, that's what you use to make all offers, all communication, all everything, because it is company communication, okay? Not your personal email, please, okay? Every company email needs to have a standard signature, okay? Okay, now my email is Jack Rainmaker, right? Is Jack at Create Rain. The signature block is Jack Rainmaker, has my picture on there, and it talks about what a Rainmaker is, okay? about making things happen like by magic, right? Okay? What we want to do is come up with a tagline that consistently describes the Galinda Group, who it is we are and what it is that we do. And we have 10, 12, 13, 15, 100 people with that same tagline, with that same consistency. You know, when McDonald's describes their hamburgers, they describe their hamburgers exactly the same every single time. And that's what we want to do as well, okay? So rule number 1 is always use your company email. Number 2, we're going to develop some type of standard signature. Everybody uses Outlook?
Yes.
Okay, good, all right. So that's really easy to do. You just create an Outlook signature in there, and every time you send an email out.
When we create it, we can make sure to show you guys how to do it in the email system that we
Yeah.
have.
And I do Zoom. I don't know if you've ever used Zoom. Zoom's a great application where we can screen share. We can see each other. I can have 20 people on Zoom at the same time, and we can all see each other, talk to each other face to face. I can share screens and teach you guys how to do stuff. And so we're going to start getting used to doing that every single day, because really 3 feet, 3,000 miles, there's no difference with technology today. You can still be managed, you know, one-on-one every single moment of the day. Okay, so going back to the script, okay? So we have our script, and we go back to the agent. One of the things I discovered is the agents only remembered us by what our number was. What was your number? Really? I thought you loved me more than that. I thought you understood my personality, but I guess not, right? Okay? So what I decided was that we needed to create a brand, and we needed to create a pitch that was consistent, okay? Now, over time, if you repeat it enough times with the agent, they'll get it. Oh yeah, you're the guys who do this. Does that make sense? Okay? So when you call an agent on the phone, okay, the first thing I want to do is I want to get your attention. Okay? Okay. Number 2, once I've got your attention, okay, the reason for the call. Okay? Generally speaking, although this one's an intro call, so it's not going to have it in there, we will kind of. It'll have the agenda, set the agenda, SPA. Okay? And then my 4th is going to be urgency. And 5 is going to be call to action. Same as any type of medium advertising message. Okay?
What's this one again?
STA, oh, sorry, set the agenda. Yeah, set the agenda. Now I'm giving you guys today a crash course on this stuff. We'll get more and more into it, okay? Because I know sometimes people freeze up on the phone. Okay, I don't know what to say. I'm scared of what the, you know, if the guy throws me a curveball. I mean, there's all kinds of reasons. Some people are more confident on the phone than others. Okay, what I want you to do, I want you to go home. I want you to role play. I want you to role play with your mom, with your dad, with your boyfriend, with your girlfriend, with your kids. I want you to practice the script day in, day out. I want them, okay, Dad, be an asshole this time when I'm talking to you on the phone. Let me learn, okay? Because all we're doing is throwing the ball and catching the ball, throwing the ball and catching the ball. Okay, this will make you $1 million a year. This will make you $1 million a year. This needs to become your best friend, okay? This rings, you answer it. I don't care if it's called telemarketing. I don't care if you're on the can. I've been on the bathroom sometimes, and I've answered the phone. And it's really weird to get off the toilet and not flush.
You gotta do the mute real quick.
He's done it too, right? All the top performers have the same problems, right? Okay? Okay? Your job, this is money machine, okay? And the person that can use this the best, I have what I do is, I have a Voyager 5200. This, probably the best headset made by man, okay, with the extra noise cancellation and everything else. I have that plugged in, or I'm in my car, or wherever it might be, but if I'm not in my car, I'm in my office, and I got this on my head, and I'm making calls. I'm dialing for dollars, okay? This is your best friend. This is how you're gonna make $1 million a year. You know, when I first started this deal back in the summer, I got up at 3 o'clock in the morning. I was in the office by 4:30. people would ask me, man, why do you get up at 3 in the morning? And it's truly, I was on track to do that number. I said, let me ask you a question. Would you get up at 3 if you could make $1 million a year?
Yes.
Hell yes. I get up at 3 to make $500,000 a year. Okay? Right? But this is your best friend. So I don't want you to miss any call. I answer. I'm not very popular today. No one's calling me. Plus it's Friday. It's Las Vegas. Right? Okay? I answer my phone all the time. If I don't answer my phone, I get back to you immediately. And I really mean immediately. In fact, before I was on AT&T, I had T-Mobile. And I actually had T-Mobile. I couldn't figure out how to do it, so I had to call the company. And I had to have the company do it. I had them kill my voicemail. You could not leave me a voicemail message. Because think about it, voicemail is actually inherently inefficient. If you get 20 voicemails, and each voicemail is 3 minutes long, that's 60 minutes a friggin' day listening to voicemails. What a waste of time. Okay? Okay, I saw you call. Bump, 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 bump. I call people back. Okay?
So you you can make it so you don't have a voicemail?
Yeah, yeah. But I have to call the company. It just rings, 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 then it hangs up on it. Okay? You don't have to have voicemail. In all my companies, when we had huge, if the phone was answered, every phone in the company rang until somebody answered it. Okay? And eventually somebody would, and I didn't care if it was the janitor. Hey, you know what? I don't have the answer to your challenge. Okay? But let me find out the answer, I'll make sure somebody calls you back. Okay, and that's what happened. Okay? Live human being. Okay, but let's go back to script. I need the attention, I need the reason for call, I'm gonna set the agenda, there's gonna be some urgency in the script, okay? And there's gonna be a call to action, okay? So let's go through the script that we have here in front of us, right? Okay, now, rule number 1. Speak clearly, speak slowly, enunciate. Okay? I don't know if you've ever been, well, you guys probably have because you're a lot younger than I am now. I haven't been in a crowded bar in forever. But have you ever been in a crowded bar so it's really kind of hard to hear? Okay? And especially if you're dealing with somebody with an accent, like from Georgia, where they don't open their mouth, right? Okay? What happens is, yeah, they don't. They really don't. They talk like this, you know? I'm chewing my tobacco. So what happens is, your hearing kicks in high gear. Okay? Now your brain is actively paying more attention to listening to them, try to hear them over the bar noise, but you only do that for maybe the initial first 5, 6, 7, 8 minutes, but then you actually can start relaxing because now your brain has trained itself to be able to hear the voice over the bar noise and actually make out the accent. Okay? So when you initially get on the phone, how many times have you had to say this, or have they said this to you? Who is this again? What? What are you calling me about? Okay. Okay? If you want to know who the best people are on the planet in engaging large groups, small groups, one-on-one, that Trinity Broadcasting Network, those religious guys, the preachers, the best on the planet. Listen to them. High, low, fast, slow. They put the inflections in the right place. Okay? When you're on the phone, you have a disadvantage because you can't see the person and they can't see you. But if you listen to what people say, and this is where listening is really critical, okay, is you can actually pick up on their inflection. And if you think the guy is in a bad mood, I ask him, hey man, are you in a bad mood this morning? What's going on? Did you wake up on the wrong side of the bed? Well, why? Well, you're kind of being a little gruff this morning. And sometimes they're being gruff, they don't realize it. But I'm the only person that's going to call them on it, okay? Because I'm going to elicit some kind of reaction from you, motherfucker. Okay? Listen, being in sales is not being polite. Okay? I've never heard no. Ever. Ever. I keep going. This is my plan. Okay? I'm driving the bus. Okay? So, let's go through the script.
Though, you just never heard
I've never heard it. No. People tell me all the time. No. Okay. Hi, good morning. My name is Jack Common. In this case, I'm with the Galindo Group. And then I shut up. And the reason I pause there is I want to see if I'm getting any reaction on the Galindo Group. What, that rat bastard? Oh, I'm not going to get this deal. All right? You didn't hear that, did you? No. Okay, all right. And then, now I put in here, I don't know if this is the entity we're going to use.
Yep.
Buy deals, okay, all right.
Yeah.
I represent We Buy Any Las Vegas House, which over the course of the last year purchased more than make up a number, 100 homes, I don't know if that's the number. Okay, we're one of the largest cash buyers in Las Vegas. And you say this slowly, we purchased more than 100 homes. We're one of the largest cash buyers in Las Vegas. This is how you do it.
That
When
pays
you
realtor
go,
commissions.
yes,
Because a
Yes.
lot of people will think offer pad, but we're actually paying
yes,
commissions.
yes, yes. Okay,
Agree.
okay, thank you very much. Let me smack you around a few times. Okay. Okay, now listen, I'm calling in regard to your listing at 2125 Cherrywood Lane, which we want to make an offer on. Okay, you want to always pause, because maybe that guy might say something. Okay?
Okay.
How much? Yeah, how much? Okay, right? Okay. Now, regarding 2121 Cherrywood Lane, is there anything about the seller or the property that you think I should know? They spill their guts. The guy wants to do a lease back. The guy wants to do this. The guy wants to do that. Blah, 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 blah. Okay? Now, what they're going to try and do is they're going to try and engage you when that happens, right? Okay? And that's okay. But I don't want you to engage in that. Let me ask you a question. What's the idea? Why are we making an offer? Anybody know why we're making an offer?
So we can get a deal on it.
To engage in communication.
Correct. To engage in communication. To establish dialogue. Okay? To establish dialogue. Okay? By the way, email never sells. I don't ever want to hear anybody, well, I emailed the guy. I will kill you. Okay? And he'll give me permission. And we're going to do it in the front courtyard so everybody can see. Okay? With an audience. All right? Where were we? I'm sorry. Okay, all right. Okay, I'm calling. Okay, is there anything you want to tell me? If you anything you want to tell me. Now, sometimes they say the guy wants to do a lease back, or you know what? Everything's impossible. Everything's possible. Absolutely, we'll do anything. You want me to build a rocket ship to Mars in his backyard? I'll make that happen. Okay, but right now, let's talk about the offer. Because really, unless you and I come to terms with numbers, do we have anything? No, of course not. So therefore, negotiating on the points are just negotiating on the points, which we don't want to do. Let's get down to the price, okay? Now, so he spills the guts. You take notes. Now, the CRM, my God, believe it or not, has a notes system in there. Okay, now there's a tendency sometimes for people to write notes by hand and then say, oh, I'll put them in later. And I can't do that because I can't read my own handwriting. It's true. Okay, because I'm like with my dead spider. Okay, so what you do when you're on the phone, you have the screen up, you got everything up on there. You type the notes in there while you're on the phone, and you can tell the guy, hang on a second, what you're telling me is really important when you type it in. You know, I knew I should have taken keyboarding in school, right? You guys are probably all 100 times better than I am. Okay, so and then you ask him, by the way, have you received any offers on the property so far? Yes, we have. Okay, and so. Your son, whose son is it? I mixed both of you up. No, I'm just teasing. Okay. He's 4, right?
Yeah, almost.
Is everything like Y right now?
Like, that's all he does?
Yeah.
Why?
Oh, why? Oh,
No,
I
why?
think you said wine.
No, wine. No, wine.
Yeah, no, he's really interested.
Everything's in wine, right?
Yeah.
Like knowing everything. Okay? You all have to turn into 4-year-olds. Okay? Okay? This is very important. Explore. You know what, Mr. Agent? I've got you on the phone. I'm gonna keep you on the phone for as long as I possibly can until you tell me you gotta go like home or something. Okay? I've got you on the phone, I'm gonna explore. Negotiation is like playing cards. I want the other side to lay all their cards on the table before I show them mine. Okay, and the more information I have, the better off I am. And there's so many, I can give you so many examples of where I've just sat back and asked the person questions, okay? And they give me information and they give me the answer on how to close them. Does that make sense? Okay? So you ask, how many cash offers? Who are the offers coming from? Anybody I know? Are there other investors? Hey, did Josh Galindo make an offer?
Did Jack make it?
Did Jack make an offer? How about that asshole, those assholes of Precision Assets? Did they make offers?
Enzo.
The Enzo. Was the guy's name Enzo? Okay, no, okay. But you ask him questions. What kind of offers?
We did that yesterday.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Yeah.
He's like, I have a lot of cash offers. Was it Enzo? Oh, no. Oh, okay.
Okay,
I got a story letter in there. He doesn't know it was not. It was
okay, let me call Enzo, because he's gotta make an offer on this too. But anyway, no, you ask questions, are they cash offers, are they this, are they that, are they everything else? Okay, conventional financing, are they coming from real bona fide investors? Because a lot of the properties we're gonna make offers on, they say right there, investor special, cash only offer, right? They say right there on the listing. Well, I'm calling in regards to the investor special, okay? Now, did you ask these other investors how many other investment properties they bought? Probably not. Well, the good news is we've done many, many hundreds, okay? So, you need to become the 4-year-old, and you need to explore, and you need to read the right notes, because they'll tell you all the information. Now, some of them are very tight-lipped. They don't really say much. They want to get off the phone quickly, and that's okay too, but you keep pushing, okay? Where was I? Okay. Okay, I see that the property is, now you got 3 versions, right? Vacant, owner occupied, tenant occupied, okay? So, vacant, I'll walk the property there and we'll call you from the property. Will you be available if I have any questions, okay? I think I'm gonna be out there around 10 or 11 o'clock. Will that work for you? Okay, you nailed it down. Great, expect to hear from me around 11 o'clock. My name again is, and you spell your name, you spell your phone number, okay? And then you get down to 10 occupied, unoccupied, whatever. Okay, I'm about to email the offer to you. Please review it with the client and get back to me as soon as possible. Also, I want you to know that we can close in 7 days or less cash. Okay?
Is there any reason that you seller couldn't close?
Yeah, well, that's later.
Oh.
Yeah, that's fine, okay,
I
okay.
was thinking the same thing.
Yeah. We waive all contingencies. We waive the buyer's inspections, and you just take your time. Most people just say, we waive all contingencies, and they expect the other agent to know what they are. What ends of the other agents as green as you? What the hell are contingencies? I don't even know if I can spell that, right? Okay, all right? We waive all contingencies, we waive buyer's inspections, we waive appraisal, we require only 2 days due diligence, and of course, we buy all our properties as is a condition, no repairs, okay? By the way, how would you rate the condition of the property from 0 to 10? You write that down. Because if they say 8 and you go look at the property, hey man, you told me 8, it's more like a 5, right? This house was built in 1974 and it still looks like 1974. Okay, they put in a new countertop, but it doesn't match anything else, right? Okay? And by the way, our purchase is not contingent on financing. We can close in little as 7 days. This is where we come back in again, because I'm doing the cash 7 days thing twice, right? Is there any reason why your seller won't be able to close within 7 days? Okay, then the next piece is, when do you think you'll have an opportunity to present the offer? Okay, now with the number of transactions we run, okay, time is of the essence. I can tell you whatever you come back with, our response will be very, very quickly. Okay, we'll be very quick, excuse me, okay? Now, if for whatever reason we fail to connect, when is the best time for me to follow up? Okay, great, again, my name is, and as I said, I represent, I need to change that, American Homestead Property, sorry. Galindo Group, I look forward to working with you on the deal. I appreciate your time and thank you for answering the phone. Thank you. Okay, now, this is very bare bones, okay? A lot of times in sales, just because you said it once, it doesn't mean you don't have to repeat it 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times, okay? One of the other things is, did I put this in here? I can't remember. When will you present the offer to your sellers? Yeah, I did, okay, all right.
Will everybody cross out American Homes?
Yeah, put in,
American Homestead Property?
Yeah, that's my other company. Sorry. But it works, okay? This script works. And what I want you to do is I want you to learn the script verbatim. I want the script to sound the same every single time. Obviously it won't, and then we'll talk about common interruptions, okay? Who you guys again? How many deals did you buy? Oh, I know you guys, you're investors. You always give us a price and then you back down or change the number, okay? Well, I can understand there's no, okay. Okay.
I know you. You guys always write me an offer and then cancel 2 days later.
You know what, you're absolutely right. Those kinds, never, in other words, never fight the guy. Always say, you know what, you're absolutely right. I'm sure you're confusing us with some other people. There are guys out there that do that, but I'm sure you're confusing us. There are some investors that do that that have that kind of practice. Oh, you guys are just a scam. Well, you know what, there's absolutely no way for you to know whether we're a scam or not. You're absolutely right. okay? So you never start off in a combative situation with the person. You tell them, you know what, you're right. I can understand why you're thinking that way, okay? But this is how we do business. This is who we are, okay? That's why I'm talking to you about walking the property and then sending you my offer. Now, obviously, because they say it in the agent remarks too, okay? So you have to read everything before you just don't blindly make the phone call. You go back in, you have the system, you have it up in the system, you have it up on the MLS, okay? So you can read all the remarks. And also, a lot of agents, their biggest challenge is that nobody reads that stuff, right? Nobody looks at it. I see it's vacant, I see it's owner occupied, I see it's tenant occupied. Don't show unless we have to give you 24 hours notice. If you just repeat the stuff, you score points with the guy. Oh my God, he read my listing. Oh my gosh, he knows what it's all about, okay? And it's extremely, extremely, extremely helpful, okay, when you do this. Yes?
And real quick, if you do run across that guy that says, oh, you guys are just like a scam, like you said, agree with him, and you can say, hey, listen, I can give you a list of agents that you can call that they'll vouch for me that had a good experience with. You know?
Absolutely. I was telling them to call Danny Zeus at Lawyers Title. Because that's the title, title company is really where the meat hits the road, right?
Right.
You ask Danny how many deals we're doing with her this week. And I'll guarantee you she'll tell you we're doing 4 or 5 deals every single week, okay? But forget that. This is about you and I working together to make this sale happen, okay? And I'm gonna give you a bona fide offer. Now, whether you choose to take that number or not is totally up to you. Let's talk about list price for just a minute, okay? What do you say if somebody says to you, my owner's not looking at anything less than list? What do you say?
Are we to answer that, or?
Yeah, I want you to.
He's not looking at anything less than list, okay?
Yeah, my owner doesn't look at anything less than list. What? Who? What?
Why?
What?
Why?
There you go. Oh my God. Yeah, it's true. Why? Okay. This is part of layering, listening language for respond. Okay, so here's the deal. There's a motive behind this. Okay, well, first of all, I can make an offer for $1. Well, maybe not $1, but technically, I can make an offer for $1. The seller's agent has to take it to the seller, present it. Here's your offer for $1. Don't take it. Okay, right? Okay, and sign rejection. That's technically what has to happen, okay? A lot of times, and you guys have seen it, when you've written offers, you get an email back, rejected. I get on the phone, I call the guy up, hey, I need a signed rejection. We're working for an investment group. They don't make offers for their health. I need to know that this offer was presented and was signed by the seller. Rejected, okay? Full stop. Your argument is real simple. Listen, my guy, the guy I work for, he's an asshole. He's old school. He wants everything in black and white. He wants everything in writing. So I need you to send me my rejection. Now, better than a rejection, if you're not serious about selling the property, why don't you come out with a counter? Right? A counter. I don't care if the counter is $2,000 less. You go to a car dealership, and have the Foursquare. You make your offer. It doesn't matter what your offer is, but you sign on the bottom your name. What does it say? What is it? Well, what is it? We'll drive and take home. We'll take delivery and drive home today. So in other words, if you make an offer and the offer is $200 for a $20,000 car, you sign your name with the date, and then underneath it says, we'll drive home. We'll take delivery and drive home today. Okay. What you're doing there is you're psychologically starting the negotiating process with the seller. Okay. I want some kind of offer back. I don't care if it's $2,000 less. But you're absolutely right. Let's go back to the first question, which is why. Okay. My seller won't look at any offers below list price. Okay. So we have, and I want you guys to write this down. Listen, acknowledge, explore, respond. Okay, your offer's too low. We have 2 ears, 1 mouth, okay? Your brain can actually think 900 times faster than your mouth. Well, for some people, Okay? So what you're telling me is my offer price is too low, is that right? Okay, acknowledge. Now, psychologically, on the other side, wow, that guy actually listened to me and he repeated what I just told him. Okay? Now the reason you do that is I hear sales agents all the time on the phone, the guy says A and they're off on D, like on a wrong tangent. They're going, wait a minute, you're talking about something completely different. That's what that the guy meant, right? Okay? So you listen and you acknowledge to make sure you heard him correctly. So what you're telling me is you believe our offer price is too low. Is that right? You know what? I had some of my some of the deals that I've done with listing agents. They told me the same thing initially. Okay, but they all had different reasons for telling me that. Can you tell me why you think our offer price is too low? Okay, and then you listen. Okay, then they give you more information, and you acknowledge, then you explore, and you acknowledge, and you explore, and you find out down to the real deal. Well, the reason the offer price is too low is because your offer price is $127. They owe $128 to the bank. $129 to the bank. They got a net $129. Right? Oh, so now you found out what the motive is, right? Because they made a statement too low, right? Okay, and the motive behind it could be anything, right? But you found the motive was bank. Okay, they got a net 129. Okay, so what you're telling me is my offer is 128. Your client needs to net 129 to be able to pay the bank, right? Yeah. So let me ask you a question. You prepared to make no commission? Because I am to make the deal happen. No, really. I've said that a few times. And I've had the guys go down a half a point. We took a half point each just to make the deal happen. Okay? I had one deal where the lady sold it to us, and then she owed the bank more money. She had to bring another cashier's check to the table, made out to me. So she had to pay me money to buy her house. Okay? When you really think about it. Okay? But what I'm saying to you is that if you don't ask why, if you listen, acknowledge, and you repeat what they just said, okay, then you explore on that, you tandem on that. Because what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to find out why they're saying my offer's too low, okay? Oh, my owner won't look at anything below list price. Okay, so you're telling me your owner's not gonna look at anything below list price, is that right? Yep. Okay, can you tell me why? Who came up with list price anyway? Whoa. I had some guy try to explain to me, well, we take the comps in the area and multiply it by the square footage. You know, it's like, okay, bore me to death again, right? Okay, but explore. Okay, here's what I'd like you to do. Is there anything more in your life that you want to sell? Do you want to sell the property? Are you serious about selling the property, Mr. Real Estate Agent?
Yes, I am.
Okay, cool. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna write up an offer. I'm gonna send it to you. I would like you to present it to your owner. Okay, and I'd like you to get me as much feedback as possible. Now, I'm not telling you that your list price is not the right number. If it was the right number, I'd make it. I'd make that offer, right? But I'm not telling you that my number is the right number either. Okay, but somewhere in between is a number that your owner's gonna be happy with. Okay, all I wanna do is establish dialogue and get the negotiation process open. Because let me ask you a question. When a listing agent makes a counter, can they run more than one counter at a time?
If there's multiple offers.
Pardon?
If there's multiple offers.
Yeah, if there's multiple offers.
That was a serious question, I guess. That's
Yeah,
a serious
and then highest and best, right?
Yeah.
Right? Then they run highest and best?
Yeah.
Okay. So when they tell me that, I would say, can I ask you a question? Yeah. What do you think highest and best needs to be? I ask them. They'll give me the answer. And then I can decide to pursue it or not pursue it. Okay? Well, you do understand that we are buying as is repairs, you do understand that we're buying it without an inspection. You do know we're buying it without an appraisal. So I'm taking all the things that are on the positive side of our scale, and I'm trying to like squeeze it down to our side of the scale, okay? But the bottom line with the other agent is, take my offer and present it. Don't come back to me with a straight rejection, come back to me with a number. Even if the number is list price, right? We still have something to work from. The list price is not gonna work, especially if I'm 25 grand below your number, okay? And ask them, can I ask, where did you come up with the comp to list this? I mean, I'll run comps and I'll see their list price. It's like 20 grand above anything out there. okay? And I'll tell them, your house still looks like 1996. Okay, it's gonna take at least $30,000 to $40,000 to bring it up to par to sell it. You do realize that, right? And sometimes they'll come on your side and they'll tell you. But a lot of agents aren't very good, and so you wanna teach them how to sell their seller. So they go to their seller and they say, you know what, your house still looks like 1977. Okay, and sometimes I'll talk to sellers when I'm doing the one-on-one thing on a wholesale deal. I'll ask the guy and I'll say, listen, if you're buying this house, you're buying your house again, okay? Before you moved in, what would you do to it? New carpet, new paint, okay? So then I go, okay, so you want 180, new carpet's gonna be discount this, new paint's gonna be discount this. You see what I'm saying? Okay, what you need to do is bring the seller's agent to your side, okay, and put words in the seller's mouth. I mean, a lot of times, and people overlook this all the time, we had a property that when we checked against the building sketch with the county assessor's office in terms of what was permitted or whatever, they were selling a property that was actually really and truly 500 square feet less in size. And we'd already ground the guys down by like 30 grand, 40 grand. I can't remember what property it is. I'll do part of remember if I tell you. I can't remember which one it was. And then we said, oh, by the way, it's 500 square feet less, which means we can't offer more. And they said, and they actually took our deal. And we ended up being like 50, 60 grand below what the original list price is. Okay? But if you've got a good counter seller's agent that can go back to the seller, okay, and explain to them your reasons or your reasoning behind buying the property, okay, and I'm upfront with the seller. We're flippers. We take the property, we make a significant investment, okay, we're gonna spend anywhere from $30 to $40 a square foot. So if it's 2,000 square foot house, we're gonna spend anywhere from $60,000 to $80,000 in renovation. We're gonna make it brand new, it's not mop and glow. We're gonna make it brand new, inside and out. We're gonna put it on the market, and we're gonna make about $50,000 to $20,000 profit. We're not greedy. That's what we wanna do. But the good news is, we now take a home that's kind of a crappy home, put it back on the market, we raise all the comps, we raise all the values within the neighborhood. And that's what we do. Okay? Don't be afraid of telling people we're gonna make money, because they expect you to say that. Okay? But in order for that to happen, okay, I need to buy this house at this number. Can you work with me on this? Okay? And generally speaking, 9 times out of 10 it works. Let me ask you a question. Anybody know what percentage of houses actually sell when they're first listed on the GLAVR? This is something that the Real Estate Association will never tell
What do
you.
you mean when it first?
Yeah, when you list a house,
The
when
first
houses-
listing,
the first listing, you know what percentage is sold?
5%?
No, 48%. Now, if you went to a homeowner and said, list your house, you got a 50% probability of selling your house, would they list their home? Probably not. Okay? Okay? But, so the bottom line is, only 1 or 2 houses ever sell. If you go into the MLS and just pick some houses, okay, you know where you can put the address in, you get all the history, and so it shows you all the 3 or 4 listings, you'll see this, oh my God, they raised the price even, you know, it was first listed last year at $229, and it didn't sell, now they're trying to list it again this year for $249. What's going on? Does that make sense? And I tell the agent that, did you know your house listed previously twice? And you know what? I would have bought it at $229, right? Now you got it at $279. Why? How? How did that happen? I mean, are you aware of that, Mr. Agent? 9 times out of 10 they're not, but they lie about being aware. About 50-50. Some of them will say, no, I didn't. Okay, well, you probably want to take that up with your seller. Okay? Or if you run comps out far enough and know the area you're in, you can tell them, listen, there's a new development up the street, there's a Bezier development or whatever that's up north, right? I could buy a brand new house for the same price that your seller's trying to sell his house for. So what gives your seller the expectation they're gonna get that number for their house? Okay, it's all about breaking down the barriers. Take my offer and present it to them, okay? Use EMD. I use EMD, I mean, initially, it depends how hard I want the deal. Sometimes I'll use $5,000 EMD, sometimes I'll use $3,000 EMD, but then on my counter, I'll come up to $7,500 or even 10 grand. I know Casey's done like full price EMD.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, 129, 100, that's our EMD. You know, I mean, no, really, and we'll have another I've got a blog written about it. It's about the offer and using every single component of the offer as your weapon. Okay, EMD is a weapon, okay? Time of closing is a weapon. A lot of people today want to take their houses and live in it for a little bit afterwards, right? So a lot of times the agent will ask me, well, the guy will like the lease back, how much will it be? Free.
Then that's fine.
I'm not, what do I do, charge the guy? I mean, it's not even gonna cover the cost of money. Okay, when does the guy need to be out, right? How long does he have to live there for? He can be there for free. I mean, at the end of the day, it's factored in, the cost of that is factored into the deal. So you have other guys saying $1,200 or this or that. The only thing I ask is they keep up with the insurance, with the homeowner's insurance, right? Because in case the house catches on fire or whatever, okay? And they continue with the utilities and property taxes or whatever it might be. We prorate the property taxes out properly, okay? Anybody have any questions? You guys probably beat a lot of information in the morning. No,
it's
okay.
Good stuff.
You know, I mean, it's a lot, but you can use this in your daily life. Okay, I'll give you an example. Go to my girlfriend, honey, let's go to the Golden Steer for dinner tonight. No, I don't wanna go. Oh my God, you never wanna go out to dinner wherever I wanna go out to dinner. Yes, I do, no, I don't, and you get into an argument, right? Honey, let's go to the Golden Steer tonight. No, I don't wanna go. You don't wanna go? How come? Well, every time I go to the Golden Steer, I eat a steak and I feel fat. Oh, really? Okay. Well, why don't we go to the Golden Steer? I'll order steak, you eat salad. Right? Exploration, okay? What you wanna do is understand when anybody says anything to you, ask why. I mean, even when I'm dealing with regulators, the regulator will say blah, 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 and I go, well, why? Sometimes they don't even know the answer. Well, because we've always done it this way. Well, is there another way of doing this? Okay, so always ask why. Where did this come from? How many of you guys do short sales or REOs? Yeah?
All of us.
All of them?
We buy everything.
Okay. No, but you're well versed. Some of the short sales that are coming out right now, you can give them almost lists. They're coming out of the woodwork right now. But, okay, all right. So, I'm gonna keep it to this today. So what do you have to do when you finish here today?
Study the script.
Study the script, learn the script, what else? There's one other thing.
Look up Edward or W.
Yeah, there you go.
You had,
I
Edward W.
Edward W. Yeah, I want you to look him up. I want you to read about this guy. He's got some videos on the thing as well, on the internet. And this guy, he's one of those people who says one sentence, and you have to like listen to it 10 times, because he's got like 9 different things in that one sentence. But he's a very, very smart cat. And one of the things we'll get into is we get into the script and we break it down. We're gonna get more and more into that. What I wanna do is I wanna start writing deals as soon as possible. I might need everybody's email address, first name, it's like first name and like a little group email. Okay, I need everybody that. I'm gonna set you up in my system. I'm gonna send you a link, and what we'll do is Monday morning, everybody be on their laptops. I'll be here, okay, and I'll do it here from my laptop.
Do you want some people here on Monday morning?
Yeah, I want everybody here.
Okay. At
Yeah,
what time?
7. That's the new, is 7 o'clock okay with everybody?
Yes.
Yeah, it better be, because I'm.
Oh,
Yeah, yes,
Better
Dan.
than 4.
Well, I can be here, so
Uh-huh.
I'll probably have to leave for a little bit.
Okay.
Drop my kids off at school.
That's fine. Hey, that's good, man. Hey, I took my kids to school every single day.
All right, cool.
They started at 5. No, I'm just teasing. You stay right here. When the door opens, you know it.
When the door opens.
Yeah, I know. No, yeah, 7 o'clock, make sure you have your laptops. I'll send everybody a Zoom link. We're gonna do a Zoom session. We're gonna go through the CRM, through the system. You guys are gonna have your own logins and everything. Be able to log in and use the system. And we're gonna go through the dashboard, through tasks. The one thing I want you to understand is, for every action, there's a reaction, right? Everybody agree with me? Okay, so one of the most important things about selling is what's next. Okay, I talked to the agent told me to fuck off, what's next? Okay, what is next?
Call
Right,
them
and that's
back.
where you call them back. When am I gonna call them back, right? Okay, do I maybe make another offer? Do I raise my offer by $500? Can I lower my offer? I've heard agents before. Listen, if you say no this time, I'm gonna lower my offer by $5,000. Okay, and you're gonna be sorry. It's true. And they start laughing at the other end of the phone. Okay, look, humor sells. Okay, it's all about building relationships. Okay, right? So, but when you have a deal and it's still active, So one of the most important things, because the system's deal-centric, is when you have a deal and the guy tells you to get lost, okay, you create a what's next, and the what's next is a follow-up call. And the follow-up call should be in about 3 to 5 days. Okay, you can call them up, did you get any more offers in, what's going on? Especially when you have, and now you're beginning to see them because we had like this dip. On the MLS, we had these dips of new actives coming in. In January, the new actives kind of came up a little bit, and they took a little bit dip, and they're coming back in February. So obviously when somebody puts a listing on, let's say today, what's today, the 15th or the 16th or the 13th? And they have it, yeah, no, it's the, what's today? 16th, okay. Today's the 16th. Today's the 16th. If they put an offer on, if they put a new listing on the 14th or the 15th, you know, they're kind of maybe not, the sellers maybe not moving too hard off of the line, okay? And you may have had agents tell you before, he's gotta get this number, he's gotta get this number. But I'm a big believer of the variable factor, okay? And what I mean by the variable factor is, in the next 2 minutes while I'm here talking to you, will 300 green cars drive by on Tropicana? I don't know, but there could, okay? So maybe the guy who lists his house gets a phone call from his mom in Memphis and saying that she can't live on her own anymore and she needs to like move into an all care facility, or he needs to move her in, or he needs to move out, or maybe he needs to go to Memphis to look after mom. So now all of a sudden there's more of a sense of urgency to sell the house. You don't know. He might, you know, college he thought was 80 grand, and now it turns out his son wants to go to Harvard. You know, I thought New Brunswick was okay, right? Okay, and now it's gonna be 130 grand. I need more money, and I need to get the money out there really quickly. Circumstances change in people's lives every single day. We can't second guess it. But if you're dealing with large enough numbers over time, okay, I guarantee you there's the expected probability of finding one person out of 30 or 40 or 50 offers where circumstances have changed that might dictate a change in the price or their motivation to sell, okay? We'll give you an opportunity to buy the home. But the only person that's gonna find that out is you, who's constantly calling out the seller's agent. Hey, how you doing today? It's my regular Tuesday morning phone call. Anything new happen in your life? Did your son win the little swing prize last night? I mean, that's how you really should know these agents, right? They should know you on a first name basis. So when the house doesn't sell, because we know 50% of these houses, I mean, I see them all the time. I pull them up there. They're all updated in my system where we've made offers and the status goes to W or goes to TC or goes to X. None of those sold.
Is there any
None
follow-up programs that you have after they go to withdraw? You just call the.
Yeah, what happens is, when you, in the system, when you have a deal, okay, it says like make offer, right? And then offer made, right? And then over here, you got status, A status, W status, C status. Even if it goes under contract, you can change it to watch, okay? So when you go on your dashboard, you can click on this little bar at the top that says, show me all the deals I gotta make offers on. Bloop, they all come up. Show me all the deals I've made offers on. I've made offers on. Bloop, they come up. Show me all the deals that are on watch list. They'll come up. Show me all the deals that I'm super close on. So you've got deals you're super close on, right? Those are the ones like strike while the iron's hot. So I change those to close. If I'm only off by 2 or 3 grand, I change those to close, okay, or whatever it might be. And then so when I log in, okay, show me my close deals. I got 10 deals that are close. I gotta bang on these guys first, okay? And you also set up a task, okay? So on deals where, even if they go on to, we took another offer, it was contingent, FHA, whatever, there's no way that house is gonna be okay? You just put on watch, you just put on watch, and every day you go watch, and you call the agent, hey, what's going on? And then you write yourself a note, because you can, you know, you can look on the MLS and see when the expected close is, right? And you write yourself a task, you know, 2 or 3 weeks before the expected close to call the guy up, okay? But you wanna be in constant contact. Hey, listen, my offer's still good, you need me to resubmit? I'll resubmit another offer for $500 less, like I told you. If you didn't take my first offer, you know, kind of a joke, ha ha ha, right? Okay, so you get to know the agent. And I'll tell you, you know that Goldie Lane Rush one?
Yep.
Okay, that was the agent called me back. I made an offer on it. They had it under contract, the contract dropped, and the agent picked up the phone and called my agent, hey, blah, 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 blah.
Was it, we were right after him?
Yeah.
We put in an offer
Yeah,
right after you,
yeah.
and then you brought it down.
Yeah, and so we picked up the deal. They made a killing on that. They got like
Don't
4
rub
more.
it.
It just,
Don't rub it.
no, it does, it hurts, it hurts.
Me too.
No, because here's the thing, we're not gonna make money on this. I'm going, what are you talking about?
They said that?
They said that. They didn't wanna pay the assignment. I'm telling you, it's crazy. No, it's crazy. So, but what I'm saying to you is, if you make friends with the agent, okay, you know, I have, these agents, they can't even tell you what time it is. I can't tell you the date, right? But they can't even tell you what time it is. And so for you to expect the agent to follow you up, I mean, if I was an agent and a deal just dropped, I'd call every single offer that ever called me on the phone and say, guess what? It's back in play.
And we've
Okay.
gotten a lot of deals that way. Even if we just see him, it's a deal and it's in C status.
Yeah.
We write them up anyways.
Yes. Just write them up, get it through there. Call the agent up. Take me, take me, take me. And you know, once they have it under contract, it's really kind of interesting. It's like they're loose, their lips become looser, you know? They give you more information, right? Because they got the deal, okay? But you need your only job for 8 hours a day is the MLS and watching your deals and following up on your deals. And if you're diligent about it, now I call it my heart of hearts, okay? You know, I can ask you, hey, Parker, did you give it your all today, right? And Parker can say yes. Now, I don't know if Parker's just saying yes to appease me or even appease himself. But Parker, inside of his heart of hearts, knows whether he gave it his all or not. Okay? So I need you guys to make a commitment to yourself. Because if you say I gave it my all, but you really didn't, then you're kind of lying to myself, right, to yourself. I mean, sometimes I'm at home and I go, and my setup for my computer stuff's like right there. And I'm going, I really should be in front of my computer looking for deals, right? I feel so guilty. And then some days I just go, you know what? I'm gonna take 2 hours. Okay, I'm gonna go work out in the gym. I'm gonna drink lots of water. I'm gonna watch a documentary. Then I'm gonna jump on the computer. You know, where I just take that time for myself and I go back and do the deal. But I can at least answer the question, did I come in and give my all today? Yes, I did. Okay, is there anything else I can do? No, there isn't. Okay, because one of the most valued commodities we have, how many people are in the world? How many people? Billions and billions of people, right? How many dollars? Trillions and trillions of dollars. So you can get as much money as you want, you can hire as many people as you want. The one commodity that we have that's an extreme short supply and that's very rare is time. Okay? Once the airplane leaves the airport with an empty seat, can they sell that seat again? No. Can I recover today again? No, I cannot. So I'm gonna make hay while the sun shines. And the good news is, you know, and I've lived my whole life this way, they might be smarter than me, okay? But I will outwork them, okay? Now, these other agents out there, they might be smarter than all of us collectively in this room combined, but I guarantee you, as a team, as a group, we will outwork them and we will win and we'll make money, okay? And that's what we really need to do. So today, go home, learn the script, okay? Second piece is, look up Deming, okay? Monday, we'll start writing offers. But in between writing offers on Monday morning, we're still gonna have training. Does anybody know what PUP means? PUP, P-U-P?
No.
I don't. No? Poise under pressure. Okay? When you're on the phone, smile. Okay, those basic kinds of things, because you can actually hear people's smiles. And also, think nothing but good thoughts about the other person on the phone, because they can pick up on the vibe. You know, I don't know. I don't think this guy likes me. You know, they'll pick up on the vibe. They will. So what you gotta do is think about nothing but good thoughts about that person. They'll pick up on the vibe. Pretend smile on the phone, okay? Because they can actually hear the smile in your voice. Have this level of energy. Okay, slow down, speak up, slow down. And I don't care if the guy's being rude to me on the phone or whatever. I'm always super duper polite. Okay, and be nice. Nice costs nothing. Does nice cost anything? I don't think so. And I've made so many deals, short sales. Like I went to see this lady, she had in her house, she had a duck. She had a pet, in the middle of the living room was a duck. And they had like this lizard tank that stank to hell, and then the son is smoking marijuana like crazy. And I'm going, oh my God, I can't even breathe in here. Okay, but I'm super nice and everything. And when we're leaving, the lady says, oh, you were really, really nice. Those other people, they were really mean and rude. I said, they were? That's terrible. Nice doesn't cost anything. And I ended up getting the contract. Okay, because you were nice.
And sometimes for less than the other people were.
No, yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, I've done business with lots of people where I paid more money,
People want to do business.
but I want to
with
do
people they
business with
like.
that guy because I like him. all right? So I think we'll call it a day for today, if that's okay with you guys?
Yeah.
Okay, all right? You have a lot of information. These are our goals we're gonna do,
Yeah,
right?
you got your work cut out for
Okay.
you.
It's actually 40.
Oh, you did the math?
That's
It's 40,
true.
that's all right.
That's 40. But you know what, it's only, 40 is only 8 offers a day. You know, it's not that many, that's 1 an hour. I think you can manage 1
8
an hour.
hours a day if you work 5 days a week.
Yeah.
We should leave that up there, Jack. We could erase the other stuff, but.
Yeah, no, we're gonna, no, this is gonna stay, yeah, but this one is, okay. You know, everybody knows what Lexus is, right? Okay, this actually came from the University of Montreal, because, one of the things that Lexus did was they hired the university, it was Toyota actually, but they had the university come up with a selling system to sell Lexuses. And the reason they did it is, you know, how do you tell, because the guy in that, like in the 1980s, that bought a Lexus or a Mercedes or a BMW, was making 180 grand a year, right? So how do you tell this guy, hurry up and buy this car because it's on special today? You can't, it doesn't make any difference. So they had the University of Montreal develop another selling system, and this is part of their selling system, which is listen, acknowledge, explore, respond. And this is gonna be, it took me easy 6 months, because I for some reason I have like a block about this, to actually learn how to do this properly, to actually take my time, listen to what the guy was saying, and then leveraging myself and acknowledging what they were saying and exploring based on this. But if you can master this, you can overcome any objection. And you can come down to the main route. Now, even if you come to the main route, it might not be the solution, because we're talking about a price place, product, okay? But at the end of the day, when it comes down to doing business with that guy and understanding where they're coming from, this is the best tool in the toolbox. Because most people, you guys haven't been exposed to it, but most people's selling process is if they say this, say this. If they say this, say that. Say this, say that. It's not that way at all. You actually can come up, because the script has the answers on it as well, you know? Because sometimes a lot of agents, I'll get counters back, and it'll say, oh, my seller wants to know that you're for sure buying it as is, you know? And well, did you not read our offer, you know? But sometimes they don't catch stuff like that, so you have to explore it, and you have to, okay, that's an important thing, that we're buying as is, no repairs. So, could you have and sometimes they'll have, like, on one deal, they sent me the SRPD in advance of even getting my offer, just so I knew what was wrong with the house. So all those different kinds of things, when you get them, that's part of your toolkit. Oh, we don't care what the SRPD says. I mean, within reason, you know, okay? Because every house is gonna be gutted. All right, thanks, guys, thank you for your time.
Hey,
Thank you.
sorry.
Make it out. Thank you.
Who's excited about Jack?
Me? Oh, yeah, I'm excited.
Oh, yeah.
Cool. I don't know if I have much to say, but if we're gonna do anything with this video, Jack, can I just get with everybody here?
Yeah.
Just a photo op. Thank you very
Okay,
much
all right.
for.
What are you doing with the video? Oh, no.
I'll just
Okay,
maybe
photogenic.
put it in a shared album so everybody
Yeah.
can
Okay,
watch
yeah,
it again.
okay, all right, yeah.
If you want it, you're welcome to have it too. If you want to put
Yeah, I
it
mean,
on your
it
YouTube.
wouldn't be bad, yeah,
Yeah.
I'll put it on YouTube, yeah,
Cool.
yeah.
Okay, all right.
Thanks, all right, guys,
Yeah.
good.